YouTube, what it do, man? It's your boy Josh. We back up in this thing with another one. We woke up this morning. It's another beautiful day. All praise to the Most High, man. Let's get it. Hey, man, I want to talk about the number one quality, the number one trait that makes you instantly attractive. And not just attractive to a potential significant other or intimate partner or whatever, but to attractive to a potential friend, potential colleague. This number one trait will make you attractive to all types of people, makes you attractive to the general population. And that number one trait is humility. Being humble makes you instantly attractive. If you are not humble, and once somebody finds out that you are not humble, and once they get to know you, it will make you instantly unattractive. No matter what you look like physically, no matter how smart you are, no matter how much money you make, if you are not a humble human being, people will repel away from you, which is why this video is so important. And to show you how important it is, I got a couple scriptures to help back up my claim. So whenever you think, man, should I really be humble? Is it really worth it? Yes. Here's what the Most High says about being humble. So to start it out, man, can't talk today, man. To start it out, man, we're gonna look at Philippians chapter 2, verse 3, which reads, "Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourself." Let's read another one, man. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 6. "Humble yourselves, therefore, under God's mighty hand, that he may lift you up in due time." And one last one. Micah chapter 6, verse 8 reads, "He has shown you, O mortal, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? To act justly and to love mercy and to walk humbly with your God." You got to be humble, man. While I drink some water, let that marinate real quick. So in this video, if you're somebody who doesn't know that they're humble, or somebody who does know that they're not humble, or whatever the case may be, at the end of the day, I want you to pay more attention to this, because the Most High will bless you if you become a humble human being. So, we're going to break down what a humble person does. Things that they do versus things that a proudful person does. Somebody who's not humble. We're going to break down some of the things that they do. And we're going to show you the difference. And I want you to deliberately, intentionally start implementing this into your life so that you can start being liked, so that you can start attracting the right people in your life. Okay? So the first thing I'm going to tell you guys is that a humble person does not value materialistic things. Instead, a humble person values people, values relationships. People that have that flip-flopped, or they value the materialistic things and they could care less about the people or anything like that, typically find themselves in a big old empty mansion, bored, depressed, lonely. Typically find themselves in a nice supercar with nobody to sit along in the passenger seat to enjoy it. They can't retain people in their life. Everybody that's in their life is only in their life because of their money and the things that they have. Go figure. Because they didn't value the people in their life. They valued the materialistic things. They thought that the materialistic things were going to attract the valuable people in their life, when instead they had it backwards. Value people, man. Some things that you can start doing to start valuing people and valuing relationships is to put yourself to the side. Put yourself to the side. Instead of you being infatuated with yourself and then what you got going on and everything like that, I want you to just take a second out of your day to put some energy and some thought into somebody else. I want you to ask how somebody else is doing. I want you to see how somebody else is getting through their day. And I want you to be genuinely interested in it. I want you to be valued. I want you to honestly try to be valued to this person. Be dependable to this person. This person needs to know that you value them, because that's what a humble person does. They value others above everything else. And in most cases, value others even above them, even over themselves. I'm not telling you that you don't have to value yourself. Value yourself. But I need you to also value others. We are a human species. Us humans are not meant to live in isolation, by ourselves, lonely, not with people. We are not supposed to live like that. That is not how the Most High made us. The Most High made us so that because to depend on us, to depend on each other, to not think that all we need is ourselves, but we need others. We need others. You need to accept that. So when somebody tells me that I don't need nobody in my life, I can do this, they cap. They full of cap. I know they are. You want to know how I know they are? Because they're not wired that way. No human is wired that way. And if any human tells me that they're wired that way, no matter how much of an introvert they are, they full of cap, man. Because I'm an introvert. I'm an introvert. But I don't want to be by myself. I don't want to live life alone. Nobody does. Living life alone is miserable. Living life alone is depressing. So, if that is what we cannot have in our life, if that's what we know will make life miserable for us, we need to head in the other direction. We need to run away from that. We need to value people. Fellas, we need to value women in our life. We need to value our parents. We need to value our family. We need to value people. We need to actually care about other people. My father, Torrey Hope, is a very successful black man who recently turned 50. My dad, you can look on the surface level on the outside and see that he has a lot of nice materialistic things. And before I go any further, there is nothing wrong with having materialistic things. But there needs to be a priority. There needs to be a priority as far as in what we value. The materialistic things do not need to trump relationships and people. But the reason why I bring up my dad is because my dad recently turned 50. And my mom planned a big old birthday bash for him in Atlanta, Georgia, over Labor Day weekend. When I was growing up with my parents, man, we moved from location to location, location to location. I've lived in Arkansas, which is where I was born, which is where a majority of my childhood was spent and where all my family is. So I consider myself to be somebody from Arkansas, but I have not lived in Arkansas my entire childhood or my entire life. Lived in Arkansas, lived in Virginia, lived in New York, lived in Alabama, lived in Memphis, Tennessee. All throughout my childhood, all throughout my entire upbringing, moving. The longest I've stayed in one location was 6 years. 6 years before getting up and moving somewhere else, completely different. And so many people from all those different locations that I named, all were in one room, one central location in Atlanta, Georgia. And even though my dad has nice things, he has a nice house, nice car, nice, all that stuff. But the biggest flex that he had was bringing about 100 people, all evenly divided amongst different locations, never seen each other, never met each other, but they all came under one roof in support of my dad to celebrate his 50th birthday. People that would go to war, run through a brick wall for my dad. Because why? Because my dad values people more than anything else. The scripture says, man, if you value others, you will be blessed. My father has been blessed. And he was blessed to have a nice birthday party and blessed to have people travel miles and miles and miles going through the air, driving on the road, all just to celebrate him. That's the biggest flex I've ever seen. The ability to make people gravitate towards you. The ability to make people stand behind you. The ability to inspire people, and when people have a choice, they say, I want to be with him. I want to be on his team. That is the biggest flex, fellas. It's not about what type of car you got. It's not about what type of house you got and everything. When you want to feel real wealthy, you want to feel rich, value other people and watch how you feel. You got a wife that has a wife that's been beside him for over 30 years. Hasn't gone nowhere. Been there since day one. Has had friends that came in all that. Has had friends that he's known for, that he made 6 months ago. And he's got friends that he's made that showed up that he's known for 30 years. All standing behind him. All willing to travel many distances, all just to celebrate him. That's the biggest flex. Could care less about what a Lambo. Somebody else could care less about a G-Wagon or a watch or some whatever, bro. I want that for you. I want, there's nothing wrong with you wanting to have a nice car or anything like that. But when was the last time that you thought about somebody else other than you? When was the last time you thought about trying to make somebody else feel better instead of trying to look at things to make you feel better? When was the last time you were a friend to somebody instead of you complaining about why nobody being a friend to you? My mom told me at a very young age, if you want to make a friend, you got to be friendly. You got to treat others how you want to be treated. Y'all boys got y'all. If that hasn't, I hope that this is, relating to you, because so many guys are watching on YouTube. So many guys, there's an agenda that's being pushed on social media, on the internet, and it is really messing up our youth. Thinking that as a man, the one thing that's going to make them valuable is if they make 6 figures, if they got a nice car, and they got a very beautiful woman that's on the side of them that's not working. Basically saying the only way that you can be valuable as a man is being flashy and having these material things. It's not, fellas. It's not, ladies. It's not. I want you to intentionally, deliberately focus on trying to be an asset to somebody. What you can give instead of looking to what you can receive. If you guys saw my video, focus on you until the focus is on you. I get it that you may want attention, but you're not going to get attention if you focus on just getting attention. The same thing applies here. If you want the materialistic things, you want the success, value others instead of valuing yourself and looking at what you can get and receive. Value what you can give, and then you will receive. That's my first thing. Prioritize relationships over materials. Second thing I'm going to tell you is that a humble man does not judge. A humble man does not look at a man, does not look at a woman and criticize and judge for where they are in life. To give you guys some examples, we got a bunch of men that are on YouTube pushing an agenda saying, if you're not this, if you're not that, if you're not this, you're not that, you're not a man. What does it look like, a man saying what a man needs to be? You want to know what a man is to me? Man is just somebody who's comfortable being who he is. Making the decisions who he is. I hear, if you don't have this or you don't do this, you're not a man. No. You're a man if you feel comfortable in your skin. And if you don't feel comfortable in your skin, you're still a man if you're willing to do something about it. Take care of your responsibilities. That's not all it is to be a man. You're a man if you're a man. If you got something in between your legs, bro, you're a man at the end of the day. You don't have to meet any sort of criteria, none of that. So I actually retract or void that statement I just said. Because if you're a man, you're a man. But I see so many men on the internet. If you don't have this, if you don't have that, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And looking at other men saying that they are not a man because they don't have those things. Sitting in their high chair, playing God, saying you are and you are not. If you are somebody that's watching my videos, you never look at another man and judge him for what he is doing. You allow people to live their lives. Allow them to suffer the consequences or reap the benefits of their decisions. As long as it doesn't affect you. Tell me how judging somebody else can make your life better. It doesn't. Tell me, what do you have to gain by saying you're not valuable and you're not. If it does not affect you, let people live it. If there's a girl that does OnlyFans, fellas, let that girl do OnlyFans. You don't got to be with her. You don't got to be friends with her. Let her be. Let them live their life. It does not affect you. You can simply choose not to associate with that person if they are not if their values are not in line with yours. I.e., also what I'm saying is, stop judging people. Let them live their life. Love them regardless. Love them regardless. Don't sit there and be like, ha, 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 ha. A humble person understands adversity, understands hardship. And as somebody who understands it and understands how dark it can get, the last thing they know to do is to make fun of it or judge somebody for for being in that situation. Instead, because they value people, they lift out a hand to pick them up. To pick them up. Because they value people. And they don't just care about themselves, they care about others. And if he's down, instead of me judging him, let me pick him up. If he's willing to let me help him. If he's willing to let me give him advice. If he asks for my help, I'm going to be there for him. Some people don't want help. Don't need help. Not in the business, not wanting to change, which reverts back to what I said. Let people live their life. Don't try to go out there and offer wisdom and advice to somebody who's living a life that they already want to live. Not everybody wants to be like you, bro. Not everybody wants to be craving materialistic things and worship materialistic things like you, bro. Point blank, period. I can sit here as a YouTuber. I have certain values and things that I push. But if somebody's not willing to be that, that's okay. I don't sit there and be like, he ain't a man, because he not like me. He's not a man because he's not like me. That's not true. That's not true. So, as I wrap this video up, because I've been going on for a minute, honestly, sit back, reflect over your actions. I want you to be aware of how you're coming off to people. And if you are coming off and you don't do actions that are encompassing, valuing other people and uplifting other people, then I want you to take and you sit there and you question why you may not have people in your life, people that want to stick by your side and things of that nature. Honestly, ask yourself that question and start implementing plans and intentionally start doing things to become that, to become humble, to walk in humility. It's not only are you going to make somebody else better, but you're going to make yourself better. Because the Most High will bless you for it. Because he put us all on this earth so that we can help one another. Not so that we can build up our walls and say, hey, this side over here, if you can do this, you do that, you're a man. And if you're on that side, you're not a man. And now we can't mess with you. No. No. I'm here telling you, man, the most important thing that is in your life is relationships. It's not money, looks, status. Relationships. It's other people. The biggest flex is having people that love you. And so if you got somebody that loves you and you don't take the time out of your day to call them or to see how they doing, you're taking your blessings for granted. Instead of you being like, oh, I don't feel like it, bro. You need to understand that that's the number one important thing in your life and you don't even realize it. So, I hope that helps you guys. So that's all I got for y'all boys, man. If you guys want a consultation, you guys want to talk to me one-on-one, you can do so by clicking the link in the description, man. If you guys also need a 12-week training program, help you start transforming yourself physically to live a better, healthier lifestyle, you can buy one. Link down below in the description. If you guys want to reach out to me, say what's up, or to say, hey, Josh, or anything like that, I can't get to all the comments. So if you guys send me a DM, I definitely will reply back to you. Link down below in the description, man. Before you guys go, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the video. I'm gonna holla at y'all boys.